Conditional functions. There are three conditional functions: sum if, average if, and count if. If you are using Excel in Spanish, then the corresponding functions are called sumar.c, promedio.c, and contar.c. This question is about music store. We have the artist name, the album name, the genre, the year, it's not complete, some cells are blank, the rating, grade from 0 to 100, the category, the language, the country, if the singer is male or female, the copies sold, and the estimated sales. We are using now those three conditional functions: sum if, average if, and count if. For example, calculate the average, obtain the total estimated sales for the songs that are in Spanish. It's better if we use fx. The way to use it is that we start typing equals sum if, open parentheses, and then click on fx. We have three boxes over here. The first box is about the range, the second box is about the criteria, and the third box is about the sum range. As you can see, the information and the result is at the bottom. Let's identify what's the meaning of these three boxes. So the first two boxes, number 1 sales and number 2, they are about what specifically you want to get the sum or the average of. So for example, in this question it's about getting only the total sales for the songs in Spanish. So what we want is always starting with a comparison symbol, the logical symbol. It may be different, greater, greater than or equal, less than or equal, or equal. My advice is to always start with box number 2 because it's about what you want. Okay, so the little heart. Box number 2, this one, is about the criteria. It's about what you want, and it always starts with a comparison symbol. We want to calculate the sum only for the songs in Spanish, so it should be equals Spanish, equals Spanish. Now, we are kind of going back to box number 1 because box number 1 and 2 are about the same thing. It's about what you want. You want only the ones signed in Spanish. So you are saying equals to Spanish, but where is it? What cells contain the information about the language? If we check our information, then it's column H. Column H contains the information about the language. So always start by the heart. What do you want? Always one of the six symbols. Equals Spanish. Where do we have the information about Spanish? Then it's on column H, as we can see, right? Column H contains the information about the language. And finally, they are asking us to get the total sales, the total of the estimated sales, which is on column L. So it's very important to do not confuse the cells in box number 1, and box number 3, because that's the reason why they are here enclosed in a box, because they are about the same thing. What do I want? Then I need to pick one of the 6 different symbols, in this case equal Spanish, and then I go back. What cells contain the information about all the possible languages, Spanish, English, etc. So this is my range over here. This is the criteria, and this is the criteria range. And they are the same thing. That's why they too have a heart. But then, calculating the sum or the average is a different thing, because then in this case they're asking us to get the total of the estimated sales. Then we should pick or select the cells containing the estimated sales. In this case, L. And the answer is this one. So let's start with the first question over here. So, obtain the number of song titles that were recorded by a female artist. Then, what do I want? The ones that are equals female. First I need to get to know my information. So it's female and male. I want equals female. What cells contains that information? From J25 to J68. And the answer is 15. And then OK. Now, the question number 2 is about the number of song titles that were recorded by a male artist. So, it's pretty much the same, but now in this case we want equals male, and the range of cells containing male or female is column J, J25 to J68. The answer is 27. The next one, average of the rating for songs belonging to the ballad genre. So in my heart, I'm going to start by typing equals ballad. This is my heart. Now, what cells contains the genre? It's column D over here, from D25 to D68. But they're asking us to get the average for the ratings, and the ratings are on column F. So range and criteria, that's the reason why they are in bold. Remember, boxes number 1 and 2 are about what I want, the criteria and the cells that contains the information, and very different the third box, the cells that contain the information I want to sum or I want to average. The answer in this case is 87. Calculate the quantity of song titles that do not belong to the pop genre. There is a very specific symbol to express what you don't want, which is the symbol different. That's the one we're using here. So we want everything but pop. Everything else but pop. So different from pop, and everything is together. No empty spaces or it will be wrong. You will never get the correct answer. And we should choose the column D cells from D25 to D68 because it contains all the possible genres. The answer is 24. So okay. Next question. Calculate the average of copies of songs written English Portuguese. So in this case our heart says equals to English Portuguese. Then average, and then the heart in the middle equals English Portuguese, and then the range containing all the languages is column H. As you can see here, it's listing English, English, English. It's listing all the information we're selecting here, and then the range, we need to get the average of column K, which is the copies sold, and the answer is 1000. The number of calculate the number of song titles published in the year 2005. So in our heart we only want year 2005, meaning equals to 2005. Now what range of cells contains all the years? Here, column E. So as you can see, it's first 1195, and then 2002, and then 2001. They are here listed, and the answer is 2. Calculate the total copies of songs that belong to the rock genre. So in this case we want equals, our heart is equals to rock. So in the middle, equals to rock. Now what cells contains the genres? Column D, pop, acoustic, etc. So it should be all the cells of the genre from D25 to the last one, D68. But the calculation is about the copies sold, which is on column K over here, copies sold. So the sum should be about the copies. Okay, make sure you don't confuse these two range of cells. Then okay. Next question. What is the total of estimated sales for songs that have a rating of 90 or more? In this case, 90 or more, the symbol we need to use is greater than or equal, and it's always first the greater than and then the equal. If you first start with the equal and then the greater, Excel is not going to understand. It's like Excel speaks in English and you are trying to talk to him in Chinese, then it's just not possible. It's going to be wrong. The answer of our question is start with the heart. So greater than or equal 90, and then the column for the ratings in column F, from F25 to F68. As you can see, here is listing all the information 80, 90, 80, 100, which is here. And then the sum range is the estimated sales, column L, from L25 to L68. The answer is 4,800,000, just right here. And the last question, how many artists have obtained a rating of 100. So in our heart, it's exactly the rating of 100 means equal. My heart wants equals to 100. Now, what cells contains the ratings from F25 to F68? It's listed here, and the answer is 22. 22.